Sensei put out a tweet, guys, and I'm curious to see what you guys think of this, because I'm going to explain kind of what's been going on and why this issue has existed for a very long time. So let's talk about the history of this issue, what the issue is, how to solve it, and what content creators should do and what community members should do. But once again, I would like to preface this is just my opinion, and you are more than willing to do whatever with my words and with my advice. Okay, so Ryuku Sensei, this is a video to you, brother man. I could have tweeted this, but I saw an opportunity for a free video and I took it. I make a tweet about being critical of ZZZ, and I get called a Kuro shill. I make a tweet comparing sales between the two, and I get called a Hoyo cuck. Can you all decide which dick I'm supposed to be sucking? It's getting confusing. All right, now this is great. Okay, and we're gonna write this down, and we're gonna notepad Archon for a little bit. Matt Jestik, love you, man, miss you. Okay, if I shit talk Wuthering Waves, Genshin shill. If I shit talk Genshin, Kurobot. Okay. This is another scenario of a lose-lose situation. Now, why do you think these two extremes exist? I'm going to show you another word that the community does not understand. That word is
nuance.
Nuance. Now, this is a word that a lot of content creators don't understand. A lot of content creators' lives have been judged by 1, 2, maybe even 3 clips. And I want you to think about that. Over the course of making content for 6 years, how many content creators do you know where their entire lifespan has been dictated by 1, 2, 3, even 5 moments? And the reason why that is because people don't understand nuance and how one instance in someone's life does not dictate who they are forever, at least for a lot of scenarios. That being said, if you go and you kill somebody and you eat them, yeah, you're goddamn right, I'm gonna call you a cannibal. But for less extreme scenarios, this is the truth. And case in point where I am constructive criticizing Genshin Impact, or maybe even shitting on Genshin Impact, and then people don't understand that that hatred is for Genshin Impact alone, and then people claim that I'm overly negative for every game that I play, rather than I'm only negative for a game that I don't like playing. And imagine how normal of a thing that is, that people don't like a game that they don't like. A game that's been fully explored, fully developed, fully understood. Someone has played that in great detail for over 2,000 hours, and they don't like the game, right? It's a pretty straightforward thing. However, due to my hatred of one game, a lot of people, content creators including, have accused me of being overly negative of the games I play, when in reality, I don't think that that's true. I think the only games that I've ever been quote-unquote overly negative about, in your words, not mine, would be Genshin Impact, Arknights, and another game called Reverse 1999, because I hate card systems. And also another game that I shit on a lot was 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, because I hate card systems in Battle Wars. They're just not fun, too RNG heavy, and I don't like when PvP is disguised as being skill-based when it's all RNG. And I think that's very predatory for games that have pay-to-win PvP like Grand Cross did. My opinion. Anyways, so the reason why people don't understand nuance is because they want to put you in a box, because that makes it very easy for them to understand. Okay, so this guy doesn't like this thing that I like. Oh, I know. It must be because he's financially incentivized to not like it. Or the other case is, oh, this guy really likes something that I don't like. It must be because he's financially incentivized. Now, here's the big issue with this in the gacha space, is that has quite literally actually happened. And due to the existence of sponsorships and deals that certain creators weren't disclosing or weren't exactly clear in the way they disclosed it, a lot of people ended up being labeled as overly positive due to financial incentive. And a lot of creators, including myself, have called them out for this. And this is a whole debacle that's been spanning about 4 years. But now, unfortunately, the ripple effects of past actions are now occurring in today's time. And this is why, unfortunately, no matter what it is that you're going to do, you will be labeled as one extreme or the other, and you'll never, does this sound, these are the comments that you're gonna get. This guy really sucks. This guy's really friggin' epic. No one is ever gonna go on the internet and say this. You know, I watched Tectone's video today and I wanted to give some thoughts. He had some very good moments with his gameplay, but something about his demeanor was a little bit different. He was really being a dickhead in this time that he was talking to his chat. However, I really don't want to gauge his entire personality off of one instance, and I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. He was most likely having a bad day, and I'm willing to overlook this as long as in the near future he's back to his normal self, because at this current time, I feel like there must be something going on behind the scenes, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to judge. It's not really my place as a viewer to say that, but I just want to leave my comments because I care about this content creator, and I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts. You're not gonna get that, okay? You're not going to get that. And that's the same thing with content creators when they go into drama. You're never going to get nuanced opinions that are highly upvoted, right? So let's say there's two content creators who are going to be in a dispute. One of them did something absolutely astronomically bad, like let's say, for example, they attacked someone's marriage, and then another person called them a silly little word, which was a mint picker, okay? Now, you can understand that what this one person did is much less than what this person did. However, you're not going to have anybody actually talking about the imbalances of this middle ground fallacy, which is two things occur. One is horrible, one is light. However, when you don't know which side to take, you just say they're both equal. And this is called the middle ground fallacy. And the reason why that is because the comments that you're going to see is, oh, this whole drama was a nothing burger. They're both wrong. But the problem is that people want to put things in a box and rather say who fucked up more or explain the situation correctly. They're going to say they're both fucked up. They're both retarded. They're both equally at fault, when anybody with any IQ, if they were to look into this, would understand, oh, there's actually a lot of layers to this. However, nobody is ever expected to read 9,000 word essays before they leave a YouTube comment. I believe there's a lot of good in the ability to be anonymous on the internet with whatever you want to say. And if you want to say dumb shit, just say whatever the fuck you want to say. However, if you're a content creator and you do that shit, you're gonna be held accountable, okay? You will be, because this is your job. You get paid to do this shit. Does that make any sense why people put things in boxes? Because it hurts their brains. They don't want things to be complicated because they're dumb. And everybody has every right to be dumb. Does anybody think I'm wrong with what I'm saying here? Does anybody have any counterpoints for what it is that I'm saying here? Or does that all kind of make sense? Yeah, you're wrong. Okay, what do you think? Got caught trolling, okay? Or they say it's high school drama. Oh yeah, exactly. They want to dismiss everything as high school drama. They never want to talk about who started it, which is very important. And you want to know why it's very important? I want to give you another scenario. Let's say a guy comes up to you with a dagger and is charging at your children, right? A father pulls out his gun and shoots him in the knee to maim him. Oh, it's a nothing burger. They're both wrong. Well, if the issue wouldn't have happened without the aggressor, then they're not both at fault. They're not. And that's why it's so important to not hold people accountable for their quote unquote wrongdoings or responses, because the issue wouldn't have occurred if they didn't step the fuck up and the other person didn't cause the issue to begin with, right? Does that make sense? So you should never guilt someone for doing self-defense. Absolutely not. That's why, for example, a recent instance with me, between me and SkullJ, I made an offhanded comment that I shouldn't have because I really disagree with his opinion. I thought he was dumb. He responded to me for what I said. He got a lot of flack. And I also got a lot of flack for being the aggressor in that scenario. That is why once I acknowledged I was the aggressor, I apologized and even put out a video showing that I apologized, because I genuinely felt bad, because even though that guy had that shit of an opinion, I think I misrepresented this case pretty bad, so I apologized. However, when content creators come at me and I defend myself, I have nothing to apologize for, because I am merely acting in self-defense the same way Skull CJ was also acting out in self-defense. You apologized, but found out his opinion was shit. Yes, his opinion was still shit, but at least he represented his shit opinion. Yeah, does that all make sense? So you didn't apologize to Hex or MTash? I don't know where you got that from, but no, we've apologized to both, and they've also apologized to me. We were equally at fault. So does that all make sense? Great. So are we understanding the middle ground habits that the internet usually has, the misunderstanding of nuance, how content creators, and another thing that I want to say is you can't fault creators for their communities misunderstanding their words and acting upon them. Nobody can ever talk with 100% clarity. Wait, so you and MTash aren't at war? No, me and MTash aren't at war. We're just merely not going to talk. And that's okay. We're not going to interact. We're not going to talk. Besides, whenever we run our company together, which is Mythic Talent. But yeah, other than that, the thing with me and MTash is we're very different people, right? We're very different people. And we're not good to be in each other's life. And we're adults and we acknowledge that. So we've just agreed to just have space and go separate ways, which is it's a very adult thing to do, because we are very different people, right? But it's gonna be fine. We'll still meet up in person. It'll be good. And when I go to TwitchCon, I'm probably gonna go get a fucking beer with them, right? But on the internet, we are only going to cause each other shit, right? So we gotta get the fuck away from each other on the internet. I wonder who suggested that? Myself. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't understand one thing. Why do you think some people are so parasocial? I really don't like to guilt these people, but generally a lot of people who, and let's just be real, Twitch is kind of a platform that feeds on parasocials. You know, like watch any Emaru stream and you'll see so many hundreds of parasocial people who are willing to scrutinize any slight detail in the change of her background or psychoanalyze her because her face expression was a little bit off on this moment. And don't get me wrong, guys, I was you. I was you. I was also a parasocial viewer at one point. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think there is some danger that you can cause when you're not aware of it. It's like, for example, I was a massive parasocial viewer of Kriparian, right? I would watch him all the fucking time. I would talk to him in chat like I was his best fucking friend, and I would watch him every morning when I would eat breakfast. I think it's a completely normal thing to do, and the reason why I was like that is because I hated my life. I did. I hated my fucking life. And I didn't like the people who I had in my life. So what did I do? I looked for friends on the internet, and those friends were my streamers. It's a real thing that happens. It's not your fault, but it fucking happens. When your life sucks, sometimes you look for comfort in other means. Same thing with YouTube, man. It is what it is. That's why I always recommend people to join my Discord. There's a lot of great people in there. It's very fun. But yeah, you are my friend. And of course, chat, we're all best friends. We're all best friends. So I have noticed a slight change in the background. One book is missing from the shelf. Who the fuck took my... Oh, wait, no, that's me. I took that. That was me. You know what else you didn't notice? My plushie pile is significantly smaller. I got rid of 40 of them. I hosted a party, and everybody who came over, I let them tank one plush. The plushies will be gone in my new place, guys. They will be gone in my new place. They're going to be in my roommate's room instead. Yeah, any other question about what I'm talking about here? It's the same reason people get emotionally attached to characters in gacha games. Exactly. Yeah, I love you. I love you too, chatter. And hey, guys, if for any of my parasocial chatters, feel free to meet up with me at TwitchCon. I'll dap you up. I'll sign your boobs. Yeah, it'll be great. Man or female boobs. I will sign your boobs. Anything else? Is there... I have a... Wait up. I have a genuine question. Can I ask? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Poison? What's going on? Why, when you argue, you say, so you are saying, pull something up? Okay, so here's the other thing, is that when I'm arguing with somebody, I'll say, so you're saying, right? Me saying that to me is saying what I'm hearing is. However, that's not how it comes off. Even though that's my intent, because I had to talk about this with Hexjuice, is when I say, so you're saying, it's not me trying to minimalize and misconstrue what they're saying. It's me letting them know, this is what I'm hearing. From this point going forward, I'm going to say, so what I'm hearing is this. Because before I argue a point, I want to make sure I have the proper clarity for understanding what stance I'm going to have to dismantle, attack, or understand, right? Because if I go in and I start arguing against something that wasn't said, that's when straw mans occur. So that's why I try to properly understand what they're saying before I give my rebuttal. So that way less confusion and a more concise flow of argument goes underway. Because I don't want to misrepresent their argument, which is why I'm saying, so you're saying this, and if they're not saying this, then they can say, no, that's not what I'm saying. And then I say, but you just said this. And then they say, well, no. And then that's when I realize also, oh, okay. So they're just lying, trying to get jabs, and they themselves can't even hear what they're saying. Which is why when people say, after I've gone, so you're saying, or what I'm hearing is 3 times, and they say, no, that's not what I'm saying. I know I'm not retarded. And I say, okay, let's bring up the notepad. I'm going to write down what it is that you're saying. Because otherwise, when people constantly say, no, I didn't say that, that's when frustrations really happen. Because when people just say dumbass shit they don't mean or don't remember saying, that's when it's like, I'm out. We can write this down or I'm out. Because if you don't understand the words coming out of your mouth, then I certainly don't want to figure them out for you. It was actually crazy when MTash said you're putting words in my mouth when you just repeated what he said. Once again, I don't want to talk about MTash. Once again, you guys might understand this. I have nothing but love for MTash. Okay, I'm still a fan. I'm still going to watch his videos. I'm still going to watch his streams, right? But we're just, I don't want to throw any shade towards him at all. You literally instigated everything. Like what? I feel like you could have just been nice and nothing would have happened. Well, so here's the great thing, dabbing on fools. Who are you referring to for what scenario? Bro, come on, just give me a name. Who should I have been nice to? Just say it. Who should I have been nice to? Ms. Kiff. Okay. Yeah. Hey, by the way, guys, we're going to do a poll later. If me and Hexjuice having one talk about ZZZ that got heated, if you guys think it's too irreparable for us to ever interact again, I'm going to do a poll on my YouTube, and I'm going to ask you guys, am I allowed to be friends with Hexjuice? And I'll put our friendship in y'all's hands. And we'll vote. Hey, Tectone, you're a drama starter. Never, ever type in my chat ever again. Yeah, I know. I know. I just got here. All right, so here we go. All right, boys. We're going to do a test. We're going to see if I'm allowed to be friends with Hexjuice. Guys, W if I'm allowed to be friends with Hexjuice. L if I'm not. L. Okay. We are no longer friends with Hex. All right. Good shit, chat. Good shit. All right, got her out. No more. Hey, I lost her, guys. I lost her. Okay, anyways. Yes, this is the reason why a lot of content creators are experiencing issues of being called a Genshin shill or a Kuro bot. Unfortunately, people who want to observe this at service level are going to be misunderstanding why this happens, but I'm hoping that was a very lengthy discussion of why people hate content creators. Because they lack nuance. All right, cool. That's my video. Let me know what you think. Love to read the comments. Once again, just my opinion. Love you guys. Appreciate you. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.